Welcome to Relevant Business Solutions Independent Contractor Information System. The system has been designed to help companies keep their independent contractor practices current and stay up to date with recent activities surrounding misclassification activities. This video will briefly walk you through the system and illustrate the information available to each user. As a new user, the first step is to set up your new account by registering. This can be done by clicking the Login Register button at the top right side of the navigation bar. Once on this page, you can click the Register button to begin the process of setting up your account by clicking on one of the three subscription levels. As an existing user, you simply enter your username and password here to access all independent contractor data inside the site. Now that you are inside the site, let's start with the State section of our system. Under the State tab, a user can access each individual state and the information users must know in order to properly use the services of independent contractors. When you click on a state, you'll be taken to the General Overview page for that state. The General Overview page provides the user a brief description of the information the user should understand regarding each main topic that impacts the use of independent contractor services. Four main topics addressed are workers' compensation, unemployment insurance, taxes, and wage and hour. A more detailed discussion of each topic can be found by clicking the Legislation Regulatory tab immediately above and then clicking on the topic in the drop-down window that will appear. In our example, we will have clicked on Unemployment Insurance. This opens the detailed discussion of the requirements for complying with the unemployment insurance laws when using independent contractors. To the left, you'll find tabs for each of the following: Legislation, Regulation, and Cases. These tabs each contain the backup material for the detailed discussions. Clicking on the Legislation tab takes you to the applicable statutory language, if any exists, specific to the independent contractors, as well as links directly to these specific state laws. Clicking on the Regulation tab takes you to the specific regulatory language, if any exists, that specifically addresses the use of independent contractors, as well as links directly to the state regulations. Finally, when you click on the Cases tab, you'll be taken to a page that provides you excerpts from the relevant cases in that state, if any exist, that have been decided, which help identify independent contractor best services. As in the Legislation and Regulation tabs, links are provided that will take you to the full decisions if you should wish to read the entire case. The same material is provided for each of the topic areas addressed for each state: workers' compensation, unemployment, taxes, and wage and hour. Additional data available for each state is contact information for the executive branch of the appropriate agencies. This information is provided so companies can easily get in touch with decision makers that can assist in the event of independent contractor challenge or to further solidify best practice. One of the ways companies can most effectively impact positive change surrounding independent contractor best practices is through grassroots efforts with the legislature. Our system allows users to easily accomplish this task. Under the Legislature tab, users can access contact information from their House and Senate members. Included is the ability to navigate to each House and Senate representative's state-sponsored website, view the committee to which the member belongs, as well as see the other members sitting on these committees with them. All of this information can help others easily stay in touch with their elected House and state members. Better communication with the legislature will help them understand the independent contractor best practices struggles that exist. This section of our system also reports when the legislature is in session so users can understand when potential bill activity may occur. The final tab under each state is a link to all of the general independent contractor news reported for that state, with links to additional information. Similar to the state side, the first page of the federal section offers a general overview of the topics and information relevant to independent contractors' best practices. The federal topics and information are organized by the following federal agencies: Internal Revenue Service, National Labor and Regulation Board, the Department of Labor, and the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. A more detailed discussion of each agency can be found by clicking on the Legislation Regulatory tab immediately above, and then clicking on the agency in the drop-down window that will appear. In our example, we have clicked on the Department of Labor. This opens the detailed discussion of the requirement for complying with the laws under the Department of Labor when using the services of independent contractors. Clicking on the Legislation tab takes you to the applicable statutory language, if any exists, specific to independent contractors, as well as links directly to these specific statutes. Clicking on the Regulation tab takes you to the specific regulatory language, if any exists, that specifically addresses the use of independent contractors, as well as links directly to the federal regulations. Finally, when you click on the Cases tab, you will be taken to a page that provides you excerpts from the relevant federal cases, if any exist, that have been decided, which will help identify independent contractors' best practices. Similar to the state side of the site, the system also tracks the executive leadership for each of the most applicable parts of the federal agencies. This information can be used to easily contact executive leadership during an independent contractor challenge, or for open dialogue to help these individuals understand the challenges that come with independent contractor best practices. In order to support grassroots efforts on a federal side, our system includes access to information for each congressional House and Senate member and applicable sessions schedules. Here, users can access contact information, links to the members' personal sites, and a listing of federal committees to which they belong. The site also allows users to see general federal news to stay current with recent trends. Finally, we will walk through the part of our system that keeps users up to date with the most recent independent contractor activity. We track both the federal and state information that impact the way a company uses the services of independent contractors. Alerts in this area fundamentally affect independent contractor best practices through changes in legislation, regulation, or case law. The area also tracks activity at both the federal and state level. However, the material reported in these areas does not immediately fundamentally impact independent contractor best practices. It simply keeps our users up to date on events that may impact independent contractor practices, such as news bills proposed by the legislature and their movement through committee, proposed regulation changes by agencies, non-president court cases worth noting, and relevant trends and recent activity surrounding independent contractors and misclassification. These articles will typically provide links to external sites where additional information on the topics can be found. Our mission is to help companies stay current with all of the information surrounding the proper use of independent contractors at a reasonable monthly cost. Our packages range from $49 to $99 per month. If you would like to set up a user account, please navigate to our login register at relevantbusinesssolutions.com, or please feel free to contact our office at 800-756-1699 if you have any questions.